So when I first started this project, there was a lot of interest in it from friends, family, and some other people. So I went ahead and I made this video just to kind of show people what the project was all about, kind of where I was at and where I was going. It's really early in the process. It's where I have a 2x4 model just to kind of get some baseline measurements and some of the Fusion 360 CAD documents that I was trying to design the layout for the inside to see if it was going to be even feasible. So anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and show you the video as is. This is the way I sent it out to everybody. I didn't really send any other videos out because I was just sending pictures at that point and just some emails and text descriptions of what I was doing. So anyways, I hope you enjoy that video. It's, like I said, super early in the process. I made a ton of different decisions after that. I'm going to go over all those later. I think the primary one is I started with the 80-20 as a prototype, and then I kind of switched over to the thought that I was going to use the 2x2 1/8 inch wall aluminum, but now this is super solid. My first prototype where I put all the 80-20 together, it was pretty flimsy and rickety, and I mean, this is becoming really solid. So I'm really happy with this solution so far. And the best part about it is no welding. It just kind of all bolts together, which is a bit of a hassle. So again, with the prototypes, I don't have the roof on, including with this right here. I don't have the roof on yet. I'm gonna have the roof on probably later on today, but that might be a few videos out. Anyways, here's the video that I sent everybody. Hey, I just want to give a quick update on the camper. Let me show you what I started with. So I started out with a little 2x4 model just so I can get some heights and see how everything looks. My main concern was this shark fin on the back of the cab of the truck. I want to make sure that the overhang is above that. I want to get the overhang as low as I can, but the back of the truck articulates different than to the front, and so there's a lot of movement. So most of the movement will be on the edges as it rocks back and forth, and the center will be like a pivot point. So I can have it pretty close, and I think I might be able to do a cutout in the camper shell itself and get it even lower. Or I found on the internet that you can replace this with a smaller one that has a lower profile. So the next step was to get everything into CAD with all my measurements. And so you can see here on the bottom, this is the bed of the truck. This is the main part of the camper. This is the back part. And up here is the roof of the pop-up part of the camper. So I went ahead and I used this 80-20 extruded aluminum with the T-slots so everything could kind of bolt together. I thought that would be a good material to use to kind of design, build, and prototype as I go. That way, if I need to make a change, I can just unbolt it, make some changes, and then bolt everything back together. And so I got a picture of that. Let me pull that up. Okay, here's a picture of the build from the CAD drawing. It worked out okay. It was a lot more flimsy than I was anticipating. It turns out this 1x2 extruded aluminum, I've always dealt with the shorter runs, but when you get a really long run, there's a lot more flex in the system than I had hoped. I still have to put in all the gussets all over the place, the 45-degree angle brackets to kind of stabilize everything out. I knew I needed to do that, but I wanted to kind of build this early just to see if this was going to be a viable solution before I kind of committed to it. And I think I might abandon it, but I can still kind of use this as kind of a model of how I want to build everything. So I'm going to move off to the next piece here. So here's the bed of the truck. Here's the bed rail, and then this is the track you can attach things to. So I think I'm still going to use the 80-20 extruded aluminum here on the bottom to kind of give the camper support, because I need to protect the rail of the bed and also give some structure to the camper, bottom part of the camper. Instead of a piece of plywood, I'll use a 1/4 inch piece of aluminum instead. And so you can kind of see it's a really nice fit for this 3-inch piece here. And I could probably just keep it on there, and then whenever I need to put the camper on, I could just kind of bolt it into these tracks up here on top. Okay, this is the camper version 2.0. Instead of using the extruded aluminum, except for here on the bottom bed rail part, this is all going to be 2" by 2" by 1/8 inch thick square aluminum tubing. I was always planned to use this as a final solution, and the 80/20 as a temporary solution until I can get this built. But I think that given the flimsiness of the 80/20, and then I have some ideas on how to get this going a little quicker than I anticipated. So I'm going to go ahead and move ahead with some prototyping with the 2 by 2 inch. Okay, so you can see that I got a bunch more stuff going on inside now. So I'll just give you a quick tour of what I'm thinking. First of all, let me change the colors here so you can see it better, or maybe not. So here's the truck bed. The tailgate actually closes, and the door is actually behind the tailgate. I wanted to maintain the tailgate for, someplace to kind of chill out after rides, or kind of make a little front porch here for the camper. So obviously here's the door. This is the cabinet for the propane gas, and this is the countertop where the stove and the sink is going to go. The toilet will go behind here, and as soon as I get all the sizes of the components, then I'll go ahead and design and CAD all that up. Okay, let me move to the other side here. Try to get a good view. Probably something like that. You can kind of see. Move it up there. So here you have the bench. Underneath the bench is going to be the cooler, probably, if I can't fit it underneath the cabinet here. And then this is plenty of room for 2 people to sit. I'm also thinking about notching this out and extending this out, but figure that out later. Here's the table. It'll drop down to the level of the bottom of the seat, so you can either make a little bed or make a bench for more people to sit. And then you have the back chair. And these backs of the chair will fold down, so you can actually still see out of the truck when you're driving. So let me kind of twist around here to the... So I was thinking about either having like some type of slide out here for the chair, so you can like make a little booth, so you can have 2 people sit in the back, 2 people sit in the front of the truck, and then a table where it either flips up from the cabinet side or come from the other side, so you have like a full table for 4 people. But I think you could sit 4 people quite comfortably, but obviously you can't move much until the person that was sitting here gets up and pushes the chair out of the way and moves the table. But primarily it's just going to be for 2 of us. So here's another piece of the camper that I'm working on. So here you can see the crossbar with some bolt holes. So one of the primary things about this camper is I want to be able to have it come apart, and so I can store it in the garage easier. My goal is that the whole thing will come apart and store in a kind of a small area, and then it'll take me I think about 3 hours to put together is my goal. If that'll work or not, I'm not sure. Here are the windows. These are the actual sizes of the windows that I found online, but they're out of stock because people are buying RVs like crazy right now, so they are buying all the RV parts, and so I have to wait until they get them back in stock. A couple smaller windows in the on this side. I was trying to get as much window as I possibly could, just so when you sit in the truck, it's just kind of super nice. And on the side, what I was thinking is that you have the frame of the camper here, and then the windows, the whole side panel actually will come off, and you can bolt it on and then put a hinge up here on top. So this whole thing windows and all can swing up to be like a little canopy and then just have it completely open. So I think that would be kind of nice to have when you're just kind of sitting in the camper or tailgating or whatever. And then do this with both sides. So these would be like wings that would just kind of completely pop up. So I have like a little design thing that I'm still trying to work out that, taking a look here at the side view is I kind of stopped this rail here at this post. I think most of the pop-up campers run this rail all the way to the back, and I think I might go ahead and do that. So what I was thinking is that I have a platform here that slides out to make a queen size bed, and then you can push it in to kind of just be over the cab. But I could slide it out and then have a little bracket onto this post. But if I extend this all the way out, then I can just have like a little shelf that this whole thing slides out to. So that's kind of my dilemma right now, because I wanted to get the biggest windows possible. But if I go that route, then that top bar will go all the way across here, and then I'll lose the big windows and have to go with some smaller windows. It might be okay. It might be the trade-off that'll work out. And you can hear it's still working on the gussets, because the gusset placements kind of limit my window size. So if I make these like instead of 2x2, make them 1x2, then I can probably drop this down so it'll all fit together. And you could probably see a little bit of the gusset support in the window, but that's no big deal. So that's pretty much it, what I have so far. I'm still trying to CAD some stuff up. I'm going to go ahead and design and build these posts probably in the next week or so. So this is actually going to have like a 1/4-inch aluminum plate here on the bottom with these two posts welded to the aluminum plate, and then some holes that are drilled in the plate that will attach into the 80/20 extruded aluminum, and then do the same thing here with the center post. And I think that'll work really well, because I can actually move this post anywhere that I need to, and then I still need to figure out what I'm going to do for the top part. But that's a quick tour of the camper so far, and still working away on the CAD. And so I'll send some pictures as soon as I get the aluminum post going. So anyways, that's it.